Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball. I'm Carlos Baseball. With me, as always, is Will Power, and we have a special guest, Javi the Commish. Tony can't be here today because it's his birthday. He want to celebrate with a pinata and cake and all that good stuff. We didn't even get invited. Will, what's going on with that, dude? That's messed up, huh?
I thought he had Chippendales coming to his house.
Oh, that's what it was? Okay, yeah, that's good. I didn't get invited then. Yeah. Not for that. What's up, Javi? How's everything, dude?
Everything is good, man. It's been a minute since I've been with you guys. Just trying to work out some kinks out here in PA.
Yep.
But it's good to be back. How you guys doing?
We doing great, man. We just kicking it, doing it. I know you guys are saying that it's raining out there.
Yeah.
Is it hot?
It's not raining in my area.
It's raining over here.
Hobby's about like an hour and 15 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was raining freaking hard earlier, like super hard, like where it actually hurts when the rain hits you.
Yeah.
And then lots of lightning, lots of thunder, but it lasted over here maybe like 20 minutes. So the storm must have like blown towards Javi's side.
It was
dry over here now.
It's pouring. I think it kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it was like last week, man. It was hailing over here.
Damn, really?
Hail, yeah, man, and it was windy as hell. I got video on it. I'm gonna shoot it to you guys after this.
That happened a couple years ago, and like kind of like when I first moved here, and I was kind of freaking out about my car or whatever, but actually nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then I had people coming over to my door like a month later talking about you could qualify for a new roof because of like the hail damage and stuff. So I was like, dang, let's do this.
That's what's up.
Yo, the roofs over here, man, they're not like the roofs in California. California roofs you can keep for 30, 40 years, sometimes even longer. Over here, man, it's more like 15 to 20, unless you pay that extra money to get like the really, really good shingles and stuff. Then it'll last a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, do you want to pay a lot of money now, or do you want to pay like a little bit now and then a little bit later, you know?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy because I know I just put my roof up and it was expensive as hell. It's a 30 year. It's a 30 year shingle. So,
but over here, because it rains, it snows, it hails. There's so much damage, so much weather damage to it. So
the roofs take more.
Is that why the East Coast don't have like those domes? They should have domes so they won't cancel any baseball games in the summer.
Yeah, man, tell me about it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's get going. We have a 2-start pitchers, more than 2, maybe even 3, because we are counting this week, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, including the whole 7 days of the following week. And then I think ESPN was last week, it's counting last week's games with this 3 days, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a little different for different leagues, but we'll go ahead and put the 2-start pitchers out there. Anything you guys see that you guys can pick up that's actually out there that you guys can give pointers to whoever's listening out there, because I know there's a few of them out there, and big old leagues like the ones we play in, I don't think we're ever going to see any of these pitchers out there, but who knows, right? I know, Will, you're one of those that actually looks at these lists and they're like, oh man, this guy, I'm gonna go and pick this guy, and usually you get it on point. Who is the 1 starter or 2 starters you see on this list that you can pick up that you feel confident about?
It's always about matchups, dude. And sometimes I look at the list right here and I don't really see any pitchers that I really, really want to pick up for those 2 starts. So sometimes I'll just pick the best that has the best matchup for the first start, and then I'll drop him and then pick up the next pitcher that has the best matchup for the second start. But there's actually a couple good ones right here. The first one that I see is Dane Dunning from Texas. He has really good matchups. I'm sorry, not Dane Dunning, Matt Manning. He has matchups versus Texas and then at KC. So KC, that sometimes they can turn it on and they can score a lot of runs. But Matt Manning, he's been okay this season. So I would trust him in these 2 starts. The guy that I'm really looking at, though, that I would like to add in a couple leagues is Alec Mills. Alec Mills threw the no-hitter for the Cubs last year. He's not doing so bad this year. I think his ERA is under 4, and he has really good matchups at St. Louis and versus Arizona. Yeah. So the St. Louis hasn't really been scoring a lot of runs lately. They got a couple kind of stars in their lineup. Arenado's having somewhat of a down season for his normal. He's still amazing, just not his like normal Arenado self. And then Arizona, they have a couple little highlights here and there, but for the most part, they're like one of the worst teams in the league. So it's always a good idea to have any one of your pitchers going against either one of those two teams.
Arizona, yeah, I would agree. Javi, do you see anyone on this list that you're like, oh man, this is a good one right here? Hey, it's before we continue, is Kershaw gonna make his start, or is he gonna be one of those pitchers that they're still waiting on him, right?
So he just started a throwing program. So
Did he?
Yeah. So he was playing catch, but playing catch is a lot different from an actual throwing program where he's actually throwing from 30 feet with some force. He'll ramp it up a little bit, get into some bullpens, but we probably won't be able to see him back with the Dodgers and at least for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And with the trading deadline approaching, this is a good time for them to actually evaluate Kershaw and see if he's going to be able to come back sooner than later, because the trading deadline, is it July 31st?
Like
right?
2 weeks left.
2 weeks left.
Yeah.
And if they're going to, because we don't know if they're going to get Trevor Bauer back. So the Dodgers really need to look at what they're going to trade for, who's available out there for them, and if Kershaw's going to be out there. So since he's not going to make his 2 starts, maybe those 2 picks that you had would be one of those picks that for that Kershaw start, right? And that's 2 good pickups. Javi, I didn't mean to cut you off, man. What do you see anything on
You
here?
know what? I'm with Will. It's kind of hard to pick from the list of guys you got. I would say like if he's going like Texas KC matchup, then I would go with Screwball. Because
the thing with him though is he's owned in a lot of leagues. Like people are on
that is true.
So I don't really think he's going to be available in most 10 to 10 or
12,
more.
Yeah. The other dude that I picked up, I actually picked him up. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. Was Megill?
Oh, McGill.
From the Mets.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just don't like
really
that Toronto matchup because Toronto's got big bats.
It's scary.
But he's been pretty consistent, and
that's
it's a
how
home
I
game.
Actually feel about Alex Wood too, because I see Alex Wood on there as a 2-star pitcher, but he had the Dodgers first and then the Pirates. So
the only reason why I'm like with the Mets pitcher is because he's playing Cincinnati, which they're pretty inconsistent. And then Toronto, they're at home. So I'm kind of taking that into consideration, even though Toronto, they can hit.
Hell yeah,
maybe the home field advantage, will kind of help them out. But other than that, there's a lot of tough matchups for these 2 start.
Hey,
that's true.
Talking about Toronto, did you guys hear they're actually going to start playing in their home ballpark pretty soon?
When is that going to happen? Is that going to happen soon or in August?
They said next month, August. So
August, right?
I think it's the first game in August. The first home game in August is going to be played in Toronto.
Are they going to have an opening day type thing? Probably.
Most likely, because they haven't played there in almost 2 years.
Where have they been playing right now?
Buffalo.
Florida?
Buffalo, right?
Is it Buffalo? Buffalo. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was going to say Florida for some reason. I thought it was the spring training facility.
Like the Grapefruit League?
Yeah. Well, there's been some trades going on in baseball, and I mean only one trade, right? But Jock Peterson's going to Atlanta, and that kind of surprised me, to be honest. They're trying to focus because how they lost Acuna, and I think they're trying to make up with his hitting with this guy, and I don't think they're gonna get the same numbers, but who knows, right? Maybe a change of scenery for Jock. He already met the people in Chicago, going to the Braves. I didn't think they were going to be buyers, to be honest, after the Acuna got hurt. I thought they were going to be sellers. And to be honest, when I heard when Jock Peterson got traded to the Braves, I'm like, are they gonna like ride him and see if the Braves can make it into the playoffs? Because I feel like Acuna is a huge part of the Braves, man. I don't think they're gonna do it.
Okay, so the way that I see it is that Acuna can hit righties and lefties, he's good at it. He's been really consistent at it. This year he's been a little bit down versus righties, which is why his batting average is below 270. But he's still a force to be reckoned with. He hits home runs, he steals bases, hits a lot of doubles, a few triples. He has speed. So Peterson, I think it's a great addition just against righties, but I think they're going to have an answer for versus lefties also, because we've seen from experience, we thought maybe it was just the Dodgers. They only put him against righties and he's a righty masher. So it makes sense because they have the depth that other teams don't have. But then when he went to the Cubs, they made him the left field starter and he just can't hit lefties, man.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's
It's always been his issue.
it's always been his issue. Exactly.
And the Dodgers knew it from the beginning. And what was their answer? They go out and get AJ Pollock.
they got
Yeah.
AJ
No,
Pollock.
that was a great answer to Jock's problems against lefties. So now I feel like the Braves have one more move to do because they lost Marcelo Osuna and they lost Acuna. So no more Osuna in left field, and then no more Acuna in center. So you replace both of them with Jock Peterson. I feel like
Yeah.
lefty versus righty, great. But then now you need a right-handed bat to go against all these lefties also.
And who's
the
available out
advantage-
there? Who's available out there for that trade? I know
maybe Chris Bryant. That'd
Damn.
be huge though.
Damn.
for the Braves.
Yeah.
I-
That would be a huge trade, but I don't think that they would go for it because I don't really feel like they think that they have what it takes to win the World Series. I think that they really just want to stay in contention.
You just think they want to stay in contention? They don't. I don't know, man. Like when I heard this trade, I'm like, okay, they're trying to replace Acuna, but I didn't think about Marcelo Osuna. He's been out for a while now,
Yeah.
and they never made any move for
this is
him.
the first time I hear his name in a long time.
Yeah. So what I feel is that the Braves are kind of. I think they're going to try to go after someone bigger if they're going
Gallo?
to make that push.
But
Yeah.
Galley's lefty also.
He's another lefty, and he doesn't hit lefties that well either. So who's out there that's a right-hander? Chris Bryant, but they already made a trade with the Cubs. They would have made it a package, don't you think?
I
Yeah.
mean, it's a long shot, but maybe Castellanos, since
Damn.
the Reds aren't really going anywhere.
Is he on his final year of contract? Or
I'm
he has
not sure, actually. I don't know his contract details, but I mean, he's a veteran player. He's been there for a while, and or not in Cincinnati, but in MLB in general. And he's kind of bounced around a couple teams after he hit free agency.
Yeah.
What team did he get traded to? Didn't he get traded towards the end of his rookie contract? Because he was on Detroit. Castellanos.
Castellanos? I don't remember. I
Was
really
he on the Cubs?
no, he was with the Tigers for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And then he got
then
traded before his free agency, I think.
he did.
I think
Okay.
it was with the Cubs. I think he was with the Cubs for a season.
We're gonna have
and
to
then-
fact check that. Fact check.
Check.
Do that right now.
Yeah, but Castellanos, if he gets traded to one of those teams, I think it'll be a big trade. It'll be a big splash, especially
Yeah, it
if
was
the
the
Braves
Cubs.
get him. If it was the Cubs,
Yeah, it was the Cubs.
Okay.
Damn. What's up with that history, though, Carlos?
Yeah, dude, I don't remember Castellanos. Castellanos wasn't nobody before he
Yo,
went to the
that's
Reds.
crazy. I didn't even know until I looked at it right now.
Like,
Hey, so what about the guy that
Look at this, dude.
that the Cubs
Cubs?
got?
he's not a big time player
Oh.
either.
A
Prospect, right?
He's a
He's a
prospect, right?
yeah, but he wasn't doing all that well in the minor leagues either.
Mm.
So it was kind of like a quiet little trade. Let me get your Jock Peterson for the one of those prospects, and I'll give him to you right away. But yeah, you're right. I think the Cubs do need someone else, and Castellanos will be good. Bryant will be good.
It's definitely not going to be Castellanos. He still has 2 years after the season on his
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah, that'll be foolish for the Reds to
And-
get rid of him like that.
Yeah, especially because of how he's performing.
yeah, he's performing very well.
All in all.
But all right, since we're on the trade talk, like Chris Bryant, we said the Mets were one of those guys that would try to swoop him up. Who else is out there to try to pick him up? I know for sure
heard-
that
I heard the Nationals.
the Nationals
I heard the
are buyers.
I heard the
Why?
Nationals.
Wow.
I don't know. They're supposedly interested, but I heard that the Cubs want their top pitching prospects, and they don't want to give that up. The Nationals don't want to budge.
Yeah, I wouldn't give them up because
Mm.
you're getting Chris Bryant for a rental. You're not getting them for
Exactly.
Yeah.
this year and the next. No, you're getting just for like 2 months.
Mhm.
And then you're getting rid of like your top prospects. Like, nah, that makes no sense. If they're going to be selling high, they need to go look for another team. Maybe like a Tampa Bay Rays. Maybe the Yankees will fall for it. I know the Dodgers aren't going to go after him because I know the Dodgers are getting Corey Seager back soon. And it should be a complete team after that, except
Yeah.
for the pitching, except for
Except
the
for
pitching.
pitching.
Yeah, the pitching is still suffering a little bit. Who's another team out there? Maybe the Giants, because you know how what's his name is out. Forget his name, the third baseman for the Giants. He went out for in the
Longoria.
IL, Longoria. So that was a big piece for the Giants, and the Giants are still in first place.
He was a
So-
big piece defensively, but his bat hasn't been there for the past few years.
Yeah.
He's
No, but
very
this year he was turning it
inconsistent.
up. He was turning it up this
he
year.
always
He
does
started.
a
He
little
started
bit.
out. Yeah, he starts out hot, and then he kind of takes a dip. I've noticed that about him.
He's the type of guy fantasy wise that you have him on your team while he's hot, but you got to monitor him because once he starts cooling off, it's probably going to be for a stretch.
Yeah, but I mean, are the Giants really legit, dude? Are we like saying that they're not legit?
No,
You don't think they're legit?
I think they are legit. I think that they deserve to be in first place, dude. They've for the past 2 years, they've played a lot of small ball, right? Just base hits, doubles, base hits and doubles, not a lot of home runs.
Moving the
And
runners
it ha-
over and stuff like that.
It hasn't really worked for them, obviously, because they were one of the worst teams the last few years. But now, dude, they added some pop to their lineup. Brandon Crawford just kind of, adding some power kind of out of nowhere. And honestly, man, that's what's been working for them. They're playing, they get a lot of singles, a lot of doubles, but then they also mix in a few home runs and score a lot of runs, dude. And their pitching has been on point.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what? That's something that I kind of wanted to talk about. Like, who would have thought Desclafani, would be pitching the way he's pitching? Alex Wood,
Gosman, man.
Gosman, bro. I'm like, where did these guys come from? I mean, we know what they were. Okay, Desclafani was what in Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, he was supposed to be their ace, but
he was like up and down.
Never got it. Yeah, exactly.
Wait. Are we talking good about the Giants, man? Come on, man.
But
Hey,
to what Will
You got
was
to be
saying.
100, right?
Yeah, to what Will was saying, like they've pieced together a pretty good squad. Brandon Crawford leads their team in almost every single category. Like, where did he come from?
Dude's a
He's
beast,
always been
man.
he's been very consistent, but the way he's playing this year, you're like, what?
Could it
Like
be
I picked him
contract
up,
year?
I picked him off the waivers.
Yeah.
And
Could it
I
be-
was
He
like,
get drafted. He's not the type of guy like that's the
Yes.
shortstop that I want.
exactly.
Maybe if you're in like a
exactly.
14 team league, 16 team league, that's usually when he gets drafted. But usually in a 12 team or less, no way does
Yeah.
Brandon Crawford get
Nope.
drafted. But
Nope.
this year, man, like Brandon Crawford has always been that type of player, kind of like Correa, where they don't have much pop. They don't have the best batting average, but their defense saves runs,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and
They do
but-
it. He does a little of everything. He does a little bit
he
of everything.
traded a little bit of his batting average for some pop, and it's
Mhm.
working for him, man. His batting average is it fluctuates, but it's a little more down, I think, this year than previous years. But he's hitting a bunch of home runs, so what does it matter?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, but it is contract year for Brandon Crawford. So if
Him
he's
too?
doing it,
What's up with
yeah,
all these shortstops
Yeah.
coming up on contract, man?
they all decided to get go into free agency so they could get more money, man.
Real.
They
So-
probably all got drafted like 1 year or a couple years apart.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Giants are doing good. They're doing the best they can. Yeah, there's a little bit of nerves going into the second half of the season for the Giants because this is the longer season. It could. A lot of people are saying that the Giants don't have it. That they're gonna die in the second.
I'm hoping
second
they
half.
take a dive, bro.
I mean,
Wink,
yeah,
wink.
as a Dodger fan, you're looking forward to that, and you're looking at the top teams in the West, which was
Yeah.
which was supposed to be.
But
the
you know
Padres and the
what?
Dodgers.
I like this, man, because our
Make it interesting.
division is the strongest division in
Yep.
baseball, bro. And
For
it's
sure.
yeah, and
Yeah.
now you're over here like clinching, like, man, I hope this team,
Clinching,
take
clinching what? What are you clinching?
no, you know what I mean. Like, you're hoping that the Padres kind of take a dive in the second half and the Giants take a dive and then the Dodgers come up, but they're all playing consistent baseball, man.
Yeah.
And this is really good for the division, dude.
Every
It is
single, like all three of these teams are about 20 games above 500.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
I
other
wouldn't-
division can you say that?
Exactly.
Well, all those three teams are going to the playoffs. That's if the
See, and
season
that's the
ended
thing
right now.
too. There's going to be one division winner and two wild cards, and they're probably all three of
The
those teams
West.
are going to be from the NL West.
Yep.
It's gonna be crazy. I don't want to see the Dodgers play that one game playoff. And if it's against the Padres, oh my god.
I don't think it's a one game playoff because it's expanded playoffs this year.
Is it expanded playoffs? I thought it was
Yeah.
regular playoffs.
No, it's I'm pretty sure it's 16. I think I actually just read that again today.
Oh, you better fact check
But-
that.
but
Fact
the
check
wild
that.
If that's true, the wild card is a series, and I think it goes 3 games.
Oh, I still don't want to go through that. I still wouldn't want to
Yeah,
go.
man, you're gonna be there biting your nails.
If the Dodgers are the 8th seed, they have to go play those 3 games, if 3 games, because maybe they get swept in 2. Gotta go away. They gotta play away. They can't play at home, and you start the next playoff games away again. So that's not something we got to look forward to. They got to win the division for sure. But like
I
you said,
lied.
Javi, it's a good thing. It's not
Yeah.
the
No,
extended.
it's 10 teams.
10 teams. Okay. 5 and 5, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then the last, 2 wild card games, 2 wild card teams.
Teams.
Yeah. So then they play that 1 game playoff, and then they go to play the first seed.
Yeah,
Which
two,
is-
two from each league, 2 from
Okay.
National League, 2 from American League.
Well, let's move on, man. Let's go ahead and talk about the Yankees and the Red Sox. What happened? It was supposed to happen on Thursday, and there was no game.
And during the All-Star game and the Home Run Derby, they were hyping up this series so much, man. They didn't care about any other teams in
Bro.
baseball.
Nope.
The Yankees and the Red Sox were the only team scheduled for Thursday. Every other
Yep.
team was scheduled for Friday. And they were hyping it up, playing, little 30-second intros or whatever during the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And then it ended up getting canceled. But they didn't really say why, right? They said because of COVID protocols.
It
They
said
never said that-
delay, though. I saw that. I saw on Thursday, I saw delay. And I'm like, delay? Like, it's not
Hmm.
even raining, is it? And then on Friday, which was yesterday, I looked again, delay. I'm like, and then I looked today, it says delay. So I don't know what it is. Is it raining like that bad out there so they won't play, or are they not going to play at all this weekend?
Yeah, I saw postponed. That's what I saw.
I saw the look. If you go right now, I think it says delay.
Oh,
think-
really?
Yeah.
I was reading into this that 6 of their players tested positive for COVID.
Really?
And one of them was Aaron Judge, and he was at the All-Star game.
Damn. Aaron
know,
Judge.
Yeah, bro. Like it was Judge, it was Ursula Higashioka. I think that's his name, the
Uh-huh.
catcher.
Yeah, he's
and
good,
then
man.
3 other
Top.
dudes and then 3 other guys.
Damn.
So it was like 6 total that tested positive for COVID.
Also on the
but-
Yankee side, it wasn't on the Red
Yeah.
Sox side.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, it wasn't. But then I was thinking like, wait, wasn't Aaron Judge in the All-Star game?
Yeah, he was chilling.
Right.
Hey
there.
guys, we
He
got
was-
a question from a listener. Well, first I want to say thanks to Jasper for tuning in.
Just
So
Jasper?
he said that he watched the last show with the draft regrets, and he wants to share his, which was Charlie Blackmon as his 5th round pick.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I don't know, man.
That's actually a pretty good regret, man. 'cause
Yeah,
he's
he's still a
regressed
decent
lot.
player. He's still a
Yeah.
decent player, but he
Yeah, but you've always
drafting
seen
him in the
his, like,
5th round. The guys that he
Yeah,
passed up
exactly.
to get him, I would have personally got a pitcher in that round.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty high, man.
But
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even
maybe for
That's a
Charlie
good one.
Blackmon, age is just kind of getting to him. You know,
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
It is.
he's
I saw
still
him play
good.
yesterday.
He's still good, but he's not great.
I saw him
Yeah.
play yesterday, and I'm like, man, is that Charlie Blackmon? Are you serious? He looks a little bit older, dude.
Hey,
Maybe
he made a
because-
good play though.
He did. He did.
All All right.
So-
So he also
yeah.
says that the
Yep.
Braves need more than Peterson, going back to our previous conversation.
Oh, of course.
Which is what we were talking about already anyway.
Definitely.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was just kind of agreeing with us.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
then we have a question from Bert Macklin, FBI.
Yeah.
He says that Javi's in trouble. He knows where you're at.
Oh, damn. Brr, brr, brr.
He says, hey guys, I love the show. What do you think about dropping Luis Garcia for Blake Snell?
Oh,
I don't know what you guys think, but I would much rather have Luis Garcia at this
I would
point.
too.
Yeah.
I would too. Blake Snell
has
doesn't
been
get
the
over.
biggest bust, man. We've talked about him in
Huge.
previous shows. I was telling the guys that, you know, a lot of times he's good for a couple of innings, but they already know that he can't make it past the fifth inning. So why not move him over to the bullpen? I think
Yeah.
he would be so much better in the bullpen. He has
Like
decent
relief.
fastball command. He has a lot of movement on his pitches, and we already know he can't go deep into games. So why not use him as like a like how the Brewers used to use Josh Hader and have him go
three innings,
two or
two,
three
three
innings.
innings. Yeah. You know what's crazy? Unless Blake Snell is facing the Dodgers, he's not gonna go over 5 innings. Because when he pitches against the Dodgers, for some reason he pitches really good. That's the truth, man. I'm just throwing it out there. Like if he pitches against the Dodgers, you're gonna get good, strong 6 innings out of Blake Snell. Because that's how it is. I guess the rivalry, they really want that rivalry.
It was because of the championship, bro.
Yeah, it must have been the World Series, you know, like whatever.
Yeah.
Kevin Cash is not there anymore, so you know you got to
Yeah.
deal with Tingler. But
Yeah.
anyway, I think I favor Garcia a little bit more than I do Blake Snell. And yeah, Will, to your point, dude, he has been one of those disappointments. We thought he was going to go to San Diego and be the big time ace.
The definite number 2, right behind
Number
him.
2, exactly. Not the ace, number 2, because you know we knew Joe Darvish was going to be number 1. But yeah, and he hasn't come up to where he been pitching right. I don't think he's been out there where he's like, "Ooh, look at his numbers." Like, nah. Even Padres fans, when they see him out there, they're just like looking at him and like, "Dang, are we gonna get 4? Are we gonna get good 4 innings out of him? Are we gonna get 5? Are we gonna get 6?" And he's been consistent with 4. You know,
Yeah.
so it sucks. It sucks that they traded away good pieces from the Padres to the Rays. So I mean, whatever. To answer your question, I mean that's my opinion. Javi, what do you think? What do you
Yeah,
think?
I agree with you guys. I see as Garcia as a more consistent pitcher. And he's got that he's like RPSP, right?
I think
He's-
so.
Yeah. So I mean,
Harp.
obviously they're using him as a starter and you know nobody really I honestly I never knew about the guy
Yeah.
until this
Well,
year
he's a
where
rookie, right? Isn't he a rookie?
I'm not sure.
So because I'd never even heard of him before
Yeah.
the season. So
Yep.
I was just assuming that he's a rookie.
Yeah, and then you just see his numbers, man. He's been pretty consistent, so definitely I'll pick him up. I won't drop him over Snell, man. That's no way.
Well,
Snell's
hopefully we
been
answer your question.
underperforming, bro.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
we answer your question. And if we didn't keep asking questions because we like that. We
I
want
think
you
he's
guys
a
to pick
rookie
our.
because last year he only pitched 12 innings.
Mm,
Oh, okay.
So he was
Okay.
probably like a September call up or something.
Damn. So that makes it a little different then,
yeah.
because you're going into
Dude,
the second half.
The
You're going into
Astros
the
know how to
second half.
develop their pitching, man.
They do. They
That's
do.
why they're my pick to go to the World Series now. I really thought that losing Verlander was just going to be like, that's it. Their season's done. But and losing Springer also. But dude, their pitching's looking good, man.
That's why. That's why he's wearing the Astros hat. I mean, the Astros shirt.
You mean the asterisks?
He's like, I'm picking them to go to the World Series. I'm an Astros
Honestly,
fan.
I would love to see my World Series champion Dodgers play against the Houston Trastros.
Man, I'd love that.
I don't
I
know.
I would
man.
much
I'd-
rather
I'll
see
be
that
scared.
matchup than any other matchup, man.
I'll be
Let's-
scared,
let's-
man.
Let's beat the Padres. Let's beat the Padres in the division series, and then let's beat the Astros in the World Series.
Oh man, that'll be dope. Hey, so I think to be honest, I'll be scared of that series. I'll be scared of the Astros and the
I'll be
Dodgers
scared the whole
because
time, man. But you know what? That's what sports is all about. You have to get emotional about
Yep.
sports. What did Billy Bean say in Moneyball? How can you not be romantic about baseball?
yeah, you got to be romantic or else you can't play it.
Mhm.
I'm
You gotta
serious,
love
man.
it,
You,
bro.
you gotta love it or else don't even
Yep.
try it because it could be a big disappointment. And
Yep.
if you're not ready to get disappointed, then this is not the sport for you.
Exactly.
Anyway, I know we talked about Chris Bryant getting traded, and I have the slide, and I think we should skip it already because we already talked about Chris Bryant. Unless you guys have more things to talk about Chris Bryant, and we didn't focus just on him. We focused on the Braves looking to get Chris Bryant. But is there
Oh.
any other teams that we mentioned that can go ahead and get this guy and potentially become the World Series contender or World Series champs because of this guy?
I think that maybe the White Sox because
I
they're
was
still
about to say
missing
that.
Luis Robert.
Really?
I was about to say
Because
that.
we
The
don't.
White Sox?
No one knows if Luis Robert is really gonna, come back.
But
I was about to say that.
but
Eloy
dude,
Jimenez is about a week away, so he'll be coming back soon. But it's also going to be an issue with him because he tore his pectoral muscle completely off the bone, right?
I don't think
So
the Cubs will allow that though. It's the north side against the south side,
That's
like
true.
that's their own rivalry right there. They're like, hell no, I'm not trading
yeah, that's true.
Chris Bryant to the
I didn't
to the
even think
White
about
Sox.
that.
Yeah, dude, I don't think that's happened. I know it's two different leagues. It's American League and the National League, but dude, yeah, this is beyond,
Yeah.
beyond like rivalry. There's that
The
rivalry
crosstown
to
That
have.
rivalry.
history
Yeah,
right there.
It's
Dude,
like
I-
gangs. It's
yeah,
like Third Street and Fifth Street.
exactly. Like Fourth Street gets out of it. I don't belong to anybody. Leave me alone. But anyway, dude, I saw a video. I don't know where I saw it, but this White Sox fan was mad because a White Sox guy got a ball and he threw it back on the field, and he was like, "Hey, we don't throw the ball back. That's the Cubs thing. We keep the ball. We don't do that crap." And he was all pissed off because of it. So I'm like, oh man, when we started talking about the White Sox, like, nah, they have like so much, they hate each other. They hate each other, the White Sox and the Cubs. So I don't see that happening with the White Sox. It would be great for the White Sox. The White Sox are getting their pieces back, and I still feel that the White Sox are going to be a top contender to go to the World Series. You
Yeah,
said
I
the
agree.
Astros. You said
Yeah.
the Astros and the White Sox meeting up for that.
Championship
Hey,
series.
Yeah, if they meet up, damn, it's going to be a
Man,
hell of an
that's-
Yeah.
exciting
I
championship.
see. So with the Red Sox leading in the East, I don't see them as a powerhouse. I see them as just leading the division, but I don't see them winning the World Series with the.
But wait,
pieces
well,
that they have.
you're saying that they're look, the White Sox are in the Central, and you're talking about the Red Sox being in the East.
Well,
They're playing more competitive baseball all year than the White Sox.
maybe. I mean, because when you look at like the Yankees, they've been struggling all year.
They have.
And when you look at the Rays, like they've been staying alive. They're leading or they were leading the division like in the beginning, right? And then
Yeah.
they kind of like fell off a little bit. They
Yeah.
lost a lot of their pitching. So they don't really have the pitching to get to that point like they did in years prior. So what I mean is I don't see the Red Sox as a really like a team that I'm worried about making the World Series.
Mm.
They'll most likely win the division, but then I think they'll lose in the division series. And then if they do get past the division series, then they can go to the championship series. But I don't really see that happening. I don't see I see the White Sox and Astros playing each other in the championship series.
And
And
then
I seeing that going seven games, and it's going to be a battle between both teams because both have really solid, legit hitters. And especially with Eloy Jimenez coming back, and what's up with Alex Bregman? When is he coming back? They're definitely going to need him sooner than later. They're winning the division. I think they're first in the division right now, right?
they are.
Mainly because Altuve turned it up, Correa turned it up, Yuli, he slowed down a little bit. Not really like a cold streak, but his power just kind of like died a little bit, and the pitching has been really good. So they're definitely going to win the division.
Do you guys
Yeah.
don't think that the guys on, okay, so like let's say Boston, Tampa Bay is like right there. You know, they're only like what, 2 games, game and a half behind.
Yeah,
And then Oakland, you know, they're like 4 games out, I think. And they're right there too. I mean, yeah, you know, you don't really think about Oakland as a threat. You know, I think Tampa Bay is a threat to Boston, honestly.
Yeah,
Um,
I could see that, but I still
yeah,
don't see either one of those teams making it to the championship series.
yeah, yeah.
dude. Okay, so last year we had the what was it? The White Sox faced the A's, and we made our predictions. I remember I picked the A's. Will,
Yeah.
you picked the White Sox. I was looking at the video today, and I I don't know why it was that when the A's play one game, they're not gonna do much. But if they have a series, they can do a
Mhm.
lot more than with just one game.
Yeah.
So if that one game happens, and let's say it happens with it's the A's and the Rays, I think the Rays will take it, and then
Yeah.
the Rays will really give. To be honest, if the records are the same as now, I think the Astros are on top of the American League in that record thing. I honestly, the Rays will give the Astros a run for their
They
money.
run for the money.
Yeah, and
The only thing I don't like about the A's is their pitching.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
their one thing.
Chris
Yeah,
Bassett,
besides Bassett,
besides
they're-
Bassett, like everyone's
yeah.
kind of been just
yeah,
Underwhelming.
mediocre.
mediocre. They
Yeah,
haven't been playing, but they could go after a pitcher. They
They
could go after
could.
Scherzer.
they could.
do they have the farm to do that? I don't really know their farm system that well.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know, man, but they can go and get Scherzer for that 2 months and go into the playoffs, and
Yeah.
the A's could finally pull it off. And
I
they've
still
shown they
think
have
that-
they have a good team.
I still think that Scherzer and Mania, I mean, not Mania, Scherzer and Bassett, it's just not enough. I think
You don't
Mania
think so?
is more like Mania is their number 2 starter,
They're number 2.
but he's more like a number 4 or 5, in my opinion.
It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. But going back to what we were talking about, Chris Bryant to the White Sox, I don't see that one happening. I don't see that one happen. Who was it that the White Sox just signed? Lance Lynn, right, for 2 years.
Yeah, 2-year
Mhm.
contract extension.
Extension.
I think
2-year
that's great,
contract.
man. Isn't he?
So he's
29?
happy.
I think he's
He's happy.
29.
He's 29. He's young.
I think
Yo,
he's
he doesn't
29,
look 29, bro.
Nah, his beard. His
He's
beard
a
looks
big
like
dude. He
yeah.
looks
His,
like he's like mid-30s, bro.
his beard looks like 39. You know?
Yeah, right.
I've been growing this 39 years. He looks experienced.
Yo, but
man.
he's been super consistent, bro. Like,
Yes.
and it's
yes.
funny because
Yeah.
I never, whenever I do my fantasy
No, he's
pickups,
33.
I don't really look at him as somebody that I want to get. And then throughout the season, he just like he's proving you wrong.
But then you pick him up, and then you're like, man,
he takes a
negatives.
dump on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten him before, and I'm like, man, are you serious? When he was with Texas, and then
Yeah, but-
once I dropped him, he became all this big time pitcher, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
No way.
he's pitching lights out though. 9
He
and
is.
3, ERA under 2.
Nowhere.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
Yeah.
So
Where was
to
he
as much,
before?
Lance
Huh?
Lynn was with the I want to say with the
Texas.
Cardinals,
I
Texas.
think he was with Texas.
Texas.
He was
Texas.
with the Cardinals in Texas, and then the White Sox.
Yeah, when he
So,
was with Texas, it was his last season where he really like came into his own and became that great pitcher. Right
Yeah.
before the White Sox signed him.
yeah,
But before that, I don't really remember him even being relevant.
He was with I think before they traded him to the Rangers, he was with
Mhm.
Minnesota. He was with Minnesota, and then midway or somewhere along the line they traded him to Texas.
Yep.
And then he stuck with Texas. And then that's how Will was saying that when he was with Texas, that's when he really started pitching really good. I think he had a 16-win season with them at one point,
Wow.
you know,
That's-
but you see the consistency, you know,
Yeah.
last 2 years, I think he's got a 31-17 record.
So
Which is-
apparently he was on the Yankees too.
You,
He
you know
was?
what? I saw that too.
for a year.
And
For
he
a
looks
year?
really weird with no beard, man.
Oh man, I don't know, man.
That's the
If-
bad thing about going to the Yankees, bro.
I got
You
a
gotta-
question for you guys since we're talking about the Yankees. If you guys were professional baseball players,
Nope.
would you guys?
I ain't
No.
shaving this shit off.
Nope.
You got to
Nope.
do the Yankee way, man. That's the
No,
way to do
sir.
it.
Good.
You can have a stash though, right?
I don't want to be a Yankee. Maybe
Yeah.
if I was like from like the
Come
East
on, man.
Coast, maybe I would want to be a Yankee, but I don't want
Nah.
to be a Yankee.
No,
Nah.
really? Okay. All right. So, me personally, because we're talking about the elite team. The elite teams are out there. The elite teams are in basketball,
27
baseball,
rings,
football,
27
right? Yeah,
rings.
27 rings, whatever.
Blah blah
Y-
blah blah.
you know, if I was playing basketball, I would want to play for the Lakers, you know. I know they're
Yeah.
my home team, right? You know, and the Yankees are one of those teams that, okay, I don't like them, but if the Yankees had interest in me, like, hell yeah, let's try to get the 28.
I don't like the Yankees, man. I
I
don't
don't
like the
like them
direction that
either,
they
but
go.
they're
They
the elite team. They're the team that's known around
they
the
have
world.
been an elite team, but not lately.
Mm-mm.
Not lately, not lately. Go Sox,
I
go!
think
I see you,
that
Jasper. Let me put this question out to the fans out there. Like, would you become a Yankee if you were a professional baseball player? Because when you're a professional baseball player, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It all it matters is that you're playing baseball, and it doesn't matter
So,
what team you're doing it.
this
Let me
is
ask
the
you this
thing.
then: if you were a Dodgers fan growing up, we are all Dodger fans, and the Giants were to give you a contract, would you deny that contract?
I'd rather be a Giant than a Yankee.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, no, hell
Yeah.
no. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? No,
Yep.
no,
I
no,
agree.
man. I had to shut this
I
show
can't
down.
do the Yankee thing, man.
As a Giants player, I get to watch the Dodgers play live from the dugout at least 9 times a year.
Oh, man.
I light up my life right there. Not even signing with a professional team, just being able
Oh
to watch
man.
the Dodgers from the dugout.
I don't know.
No,
I don't
no,
know.
honestly, man, it's I just
You
I
would
don't-
rather be a Giant before a Yankee? Are you kidding me?
yeah.
No way.
Okay. Look
If
at
it means
this
if
way.
it means we get to keep the beard, hell yeah. I wouldn't.
Look at
I
it this
wouldn't
way.
want to do the Yankee.
How many greats have played with the Yankees?
Too many.
How many greats have played with the Giants?
A lot.
A lot, but you
Yeah.
can't say too many, right?
Mhm.
So they don't
Um,
get lost in the shuffle. If you play for the Yankees and you're like a Gio Urshela, no one's going to remember you 50 years from now.
Unless it's us. We'll remember he played with the Yankees. Oh yeah, he played in 2021. Yeah, in
I
2020 he
think it's
played there
that
too.
I think it's that whole like Yankee nostalgia, that whole like dynasty, the 27 rings, everybody remembers, like the Roots, the Garricks, those players,
Exactly.
All
you
right.
know.
So
But
I
it's like
think
he
this is
said, like there's so many players that, you know,
You get lost.
like who are you?
Who-
I remember
who
Jeter,
am
Is there
I?
ever going to
Dude,
be another Jeter?
Bernie Williams,
we don't know that.
Posada.
You don't know
Those are the
that. You
guys I
don't
remember.
All right,
You
check
know?
this out.
this
Check
is
this
this
out.
is this is where I would be like, no, I'm gonna be an elite player and I'm gonna try to be a Derek Jeter. I'm gonna be an Aaron Judge. I'm gonna be a Stanton. I'm gonna be a big time John Manley. Like I'm gonna be on base,
All
dude.
right, Mattingly,
That's what
get.
that's what I would do. I would try to be out there and be my best, and I'll be the best Yankee I could be. I'm not saying I would want to play for the Yankees. No, that was never the question. The question was if the Yankees were interested in you, would you go either to the Yankees or to the Giants? I would rather go to the Giants. I mean to the Yankees. The Giants
You already
never.
said it. You can't go back.
Yeah.
No, not the Giants. Hell no, get out of
You
here.
said the Giants. You said the
No, no, no.
Giants.
I didn't mean to
I
say
see your
Giants.
Giant sign right behind you.
On the toilet seat. That's why I have it there. That's the throne. That's the Giants
look.
throne right there.
If I was getting drafted, I would rather get drafted by the Yankees because that says something about you.
Exactly.
The Yankees don't just take their drafts lightly. And
No.
I feel like they put so much into their drafts because they want that homegrown talent coming up.
Yep.
And if I got drafted by the Yankees, hell yes, sign me up. But if I had a choice between a few different ball clubs, I don't think that the New York Yankees like history and all that stuff, like that doesn't really mean much to me. As a baseball fan, it does, but I mean, as a baseball player, it really wouldn't mean that much to me.
Oh, I don't know.
Boo,
man. I
the
don't know.
Yankee way.
The Yankee way, man. I just have to suit and tie, man. Fuck it. I got to
Oh
do it.
no,
Yeah,
Justin said,
but
go Giants!
I know. I see that.
He's trying to stir some shit up, man.
I see that. I see that. I don't know. I'm different. I guess I wouldn't go with the Giants, and It's up north in California. I know all that stuff, but I would rather be a Yankee than a Giant. And I guess it's the rivalry for me that I wouldn't do that. And I would just go away from the rivalry because,
It-
there's been players that have been get drafted by the Giants that were Dodger fans. And one of them was a pitcher. What's his name? Can't think of his name. He had a beard
Romo?
and everything.
Romo.
Huh?
Sergio Romo.
Romo.
You know what's funny? Because my kids saw you on the podcast, and then Sergio Romo was pitching. And he was like, "Is that Carlos?"
Yeah, I'm throwing.
I was like, "Yeah, man, he's throwing heat."
He's throwing heat, throwing nothing but sliders up there.
Look at sliders.
Yeah. Hey, another news. We know we have Zach Gallen. He's coming back from IL. Is he going to be available for a 2-start this week, Will? Or is
He
he
pitched
just
today.
He pitched today.
Oh, he pitched today. How you do?
Yeah, he went 5.2 innings, allowed 1 run, 7 Ks. So he
Yeah.
actually did really, really well in his first start back from the IL.
Not bad. That's really good. And then you have
He didn't get the
Luke
win
Voigt.
though. He only allowed 1 run, but the bullpen gave up 3 more.
Yeah, that's the thing with having Zach Gallen in your fantasy team, that the
He
bullpen's not going
plays
to
for
come
the,
up.
the
Yeah, he plays for-
Diamondbacks,
Yeah.
first of
Yeah.
all.
I mean, a lot of times you won't get that win, which is 3 points,
Yeah.
but that 17 points that he scored today,
yeah.
comparable to another pitcher that you could just pick up off the waiver wire that's going to get you 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I would much rather have Zach Gallen in my pitching rotation every single week. And I don't really
Gotcha.
care who he's playing. I think he's that good of a pitcher.
Yeah.
He's going to be an elite pitcher maybe next year. This year, he's
Yeah.
been kind of run
Injury
down with a
ridden,
little.
man.
Yeah.
Injury ridden.
Everybody's hurt this season, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody's hurt, man.
Honestly, dude, I wish I would have made more IL slots in the fantasy league. I should have just put whatever the max is. I think
You
the
have
max
4, right?
for- I
You
have
have 4?
4. I think the max for Yahoo is either 5 or 6.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
I think that would have been a lot better for
That would have been dope.
everybody, man.
It
Like,
would
even
have.
right now. My 4 IL slots are filled, and I still have 2 more guys that are injured that I can't
So are mine.
do anything with, and they're
So
not
are mine.
droppable players.
There's another guy that went into the I was gonna say the DL. Oh my god.
Same
Politically
thing.
correct. IL. No, because then it's
'Cause
politically
you love the
correct,
D.
man. Yeah. IL as Luke Voigt. He went back into it. You guys
Another
have him.
Yankee.
Are you gonna wait for him? Are you gonna drop him? Are you gonna I don't know. It's up to you guys. He's what's the third time he's going into the IL stint? So
He's pulling a
I think it's
Yelich.
time to move on. I
He's
think it's
pulling
time
a
to move.
Yelich.
Yeah, it's time. Hey,
Well,
did you
then
guys see that play with
So what do
Yelich?
you do with this guy though? Do you just drop him?
I would. This is the third time he's going in there, and is he going to be out for
And
a
even
long
when
time?
and even when he's playing, he's not. he
Unless
doesn't
you have it
perform.
open, unless you have an IL spot open, then you can
Yeah,
put him
keep
in there.
him.
But other than that, I think it's too many times he's been on the IL. He hasn't been able to pick it up this year. He hasn't shown the numbers he had last year. So
in a shorter
um,
season.
in a shorter season, and he still hasn't done it. Did you guys see the Yelich play where he was running towards first? And I guess he
Yes.
tried to make a little tweak to
Oh
go
yeah,
to
yeah,
second.
yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Was that a safe or was that out? So let me explain it to the viewers. So what happened is that Yelich hit a ground ball. I believe it was to third base,
Third base.
right?
Mhm.
It was like a little check swing type or a bunt, and he ran out to play. And the ball got away after the throw. It got away
Mhm.
once the play was over. Was
He
the play
Mm-hmm.
ran-
over?
It was
He
a
ran-
bad
he-
throw. It was a
Yeah.
bad throw. First baseman missed.
It was a bad throw. Yeah, it was
And
a bad
then-
throw.
I believe the first base coach was telling Yelich to go, but then Yelich decided not to go. But he made like a little twitch, like he was
Yeah.
about to go, but
Yeah.
he never really made like the whole movement. He just kind of like moved real quick.
Like he just
but then he
hesitated.
stood his
Yeah,
ground.
his left foot moved like it was going to second base.
Yeah.
So with that said, if you make an attempt to go to second base, it doesn't matter if you look at second base or you try to go to second base, you fake it to go to second base. You're still trying to go to second base. You're out if they come and tag you. So
That's
he
what
didn't
I
run
think.
back to first. He did not run back to first. He
He
was on the
should've.
opposite. He was on opposite
Mhm.
side of the. It was on the fair side of the baseball diamond, not on the foul side. A lot of
Yeah.
people were saying if he was on the foul side and he made that attempt, he would have been safe. Even though he was on the foul side and made that twitch
would
or
have been
whatever,
out.
he would have been out. You cannot do that. So he was really pissed, and I saw him. He looked like a little kid, like in little league,
Yeah.
saying it wasn't a strike. You know,
That's on him. That's on him because
that's what's on him.
He should
because
have
he
ran
should've
back to
gone-
first.
yeah, exactly. Like even if he hesitated for that split second, he should have gone to first base just to be on be safe.
To be on the
You
safe side.
know exactly.
I
But
think the biggest thing was instead of rounding to the right, he went straight. If he
Mhm.
would have rounded to the right, he would have been fine. But
He would have
since
been
he
fine.
went straight and it just kind of stopped, that
Yeah.
little tiny jerk of a movement, it's not like he attempted to go to second base. It was just that little movement. But with the rules being so black and white in baseball, like no room for any gray area, it's umpire's discretion, and something like that is not reviewable. So I think that's 100% Yelich's fault.
Yep. And he
I
got
He should have
kicked
either
out.
rounded to the right side, or just tried to run back to the bag before getting tagged.
I wish I would have had the video to show it. I'll see if I can put it up for the next show so we can view it. But it was just so funny when I saw Yelich arguing. I've never seen him
Yeah.
argue before. It looked like a little kid,
Yeah.
like I
Yeah,
said.
he's always quiet.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a quiet ass dude, man. So it was just kind of funny seeing him argue, and he lost
Yeah.
that battle. They kicked him out of the game, and hit the showers, man.
Hey, Carlos, you're going to be happy right now. Mookie Betts just hit a home run.
Yeah, I think he's
Oh.
stepping it up, man.
He is, dude.
He's stepping it up. So
Yep.
I know
I was
said he
saying
was
on the
not-
last show, he made just one little tweak, man. He changed the grip on his bat and something with his feet. I don't remember what it was, but it was very slight. And then all of a sudden, he just started hitting better.
Yeah.
That's the thing about baseball, man. It's constantly making adjustments to get better, and it could be the tiniest little adjustment, and it could change your whole season.
man.
Juan Soto.
Juan
Yeah.
Soto, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yo, man.
Bro, I'm over here biting my tongue like,
Let me see you bite it.
He had 2
Bro.
home runs yesterday.
yeah, I know, man. I
Yeah.
saw that, and I just thought about the trade, and I was like, okay.
That home run. That
I'm
home
like,
run derby helped him.
because how they were saying how they say he was in the home run derby, and
Yeah.
the announcers kept talking about this could be his way of coming out, like
Yeah.
making his bat like start doing what he does,
Yeah.
and then when I see his how he played yesterday, I was like, oh damn, I'm in trouble, man. That trade's not gonna go my way.
It was good. It was a
You
good
know,
trade, I think.
It's still a good trade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
so for those listening, it's Walker Bueller for
Juan
Juan
Soto, straight up.
Yeah. Straight up. But
So,
I did
Carlos
hear
and
that.
I just did a trade today, also.
Let 'em
Another
know, man.
big trade.
Let him know.
Was
Let him
that-
know. Drop the hammer.
So-
drop the
Oh,
hammer.
I haven't heard this one yet.
So I'm apparently I just love giving up my pitchers. So I gave up Max Scherzer and I got Rafael Devers.
Oh, I think it was a straight up a good one.
That's-
I think that's a pretty
that's a good
fair
trade.
I
both
wanted to
ways.
give him Jarrett Wash and Fletcher, and he wouldn't
Come
bite.
on, man.
He wouldn't bite. He wouldn't bite.
Hey, Jared Walsh
Jarrett
is
Wash is
good,
it's-
bro.
dude. Look at his
Yeah,
points.
but
Look at his points compared
I
to
don't
the
trust rookies
Scherzer.
like that, dude.
That man.
But you're trusting other rookies. See,
Um,
Fletcher
if
has
they're
been
already
there
in my
before.
lineup.
They're in your lineup.
If a rookie's already in my lineup, I'm gonna trust him until he gives me something not to trust about. But to give up like a Scherzer for a guy that I don't know how he's gonna pan out for the second half of the season,
I think it was a
rookies
really
are
good
getting
trade.
Tired.
I think it was a good,
Yeah,
really good
I-
trade. Only
they're
because
both-
I have Bregman in the IL. Once Bregman comes back, then I can
You're
slot
good.
him into that third base.
Both,
And I'm good.
both.
That's why I decided. You know what? Will was right. I think it's a good trade. I honestly feel
and-
like that's a really good trade.
I drafted Eugenio Suarez and I ended up dropping him. I just couldn't hold on to him anymore, man. So I needed a third baseman. I picked up Jonathan Indias, who I'm like super high about right now, but he has no pop. So
Yeah.
I'm missing like he gets a lot of singles and doubles, and he has a really good batting average. So I'm getting a decent amount of points from him every day,
You
pretty
need that pop,
consistently,
though.
3 points, maybe 4 points. But I need a guy in my lineup at third base that once in a while is going to get 13 points.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say, "I need a guy in my life." I'm like, what?
I already got lots of them.
Bro. No,
Oh,
you know
man.
what? They're both their team star player. And to me it works.
It
Yeah.
works because
Hey, it
he needs
works.
hitting, I needed
You
pitching.
pitching, yeah.
So it worked both ways.
It's a win-win to me.
So if people start vetoing that trade, I think they're haters because
Gabriel,
Can't, you can't veto
that's
in this league.
Gabriel.
oh, you can. Sweet. But it's just I think it was a straight up good trade. I
think
needed to
getting
go ahead
rid
and
of-
offer those so you can get in that mindset, Will. So
Yeah.
that's why I
Yeah,
made that
okay.
Garrett Wash and if you would bite, damn, cool. But I know you didn't. So once I'm like, I was gonna offer Devers right away, but I'm like, I can't do that
Were you
just off
really?
the bat. Seriously, yeah. That's
I
what I
would've
was
taken it.
thinking.
I would have taken it right away.
Right away. Yeah.
Another
Like
thing that I was telling Carlos, another trade that we were talking about was who's the bat that I asked for? Was it Fletcher? I don't think it was Fletcher.
you
I don't
asked for
remember.
Fletcher and I can't remember who else it was. I offered, look, so another offer that I made was Fletcher and Wash for the guy from Burns from the Brewers.
Yeah,
Oh, the pitcher.
it was
Yeah.
oh yeah, I didn't like that one either.
You didn't like that because it's Jerry Wash and Fletcher. Like both of them are doing pretty good, but you don't trust those guys, right?
No, exactly. So if the Scherzer trade didn't happen, Scherzer and Devers, I told Carlos if he wants to give me David Fletcher for Sean Manaea.
Yeah.
In case he wanted just a pitcher.
A
in
pitcher.
general. But
I needed an ace pitcher,
it didn't
not
have to come.
not an athletic pitcher. I needed a ace
Even
caliber
then,
pitcher.
that trade is not that
See,
bad
and
either.
this
It's
is
not.
the thing, dude. Even
It's not.
without Scherzer, right? I have Corbin Burns, Zach Plesac,
Mhm.
Manaea. I have Urquidy and Lamette on the IL, and then I have like some, streamers. Actually, the one guy that I picked up that's been surprisingly really good for me for the past 3 weeks is Kwang Hyun Kim from the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
He's been pitching really, really good, dude. I think I have him in 3 leagues, 3 out of my 4. I got really lucky with that because his ownership percentage is climbing, dude. He's almost at 50%. If he keeps on pitching the way he is, it's gonna keep on going up.
This is on the Yahoo League, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
okay.
him in both of my Yahoo leagues, and I think I have him in your league too.
Yahoo. Yeah. They don't even give those
No, that's
commercials
a
anymore.
that's a
What's up
good
with
trade,
that?
man. I like that trade.
Yeah, it's a good trade. I came up, Will came up.
Yeah.
It's a push for the playoffs before the trade deadline happens. But right
Dude.
now, whoever has a Padre on their team, dude, I have 2 guys that beasted yesterday. We're gonna talk about Croningsworth and Will Myers. These guys beasted yesterday. Oh my God. If you guys don't know, Croningsworth went after he got a cycle. And those are big time points, even if they're not points, even if it's a category. Man, this guy just beasted for me yesterday. He got 36 points. And then you have Will Myers. He hit a grand slam. He got 24 points. So I have
He had
him
2
on
home
both.
runs, right?
I think he had 2 home runs.
2 home
So I
runs.
have him on both of my leagues. They won 24 to what was it, a 4 or something like that?
24-8.
Oh my
Was it
God.
Yeah.
8? They scored
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
Again-
Juan Soto did hit 2 bombs, right? That's who
Yeah.
they played, right?
Yeah.
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 They play the Nationals.
Oh yeah, Eric Fetty. I think he was the starting
Yeah,
pitcher
he got
yesterday.
rocked.
He
Yeah.
got rocked.
He got rocked.
Go sit
Early,
down,
'cause
son.
Didn't they scored 4 in the first, right? So the first 4 innings, they scored all 4 innings. The Padres.
Damn.
They score all their 24 runs on the first 4 innings.
No, I'm just
Oh.
saying that they at least scored 1 run in each of the first 4 innings.
Yeah, they
And
scored.
a
I
lot of
believe
times-
they
A lot
scored
of times when you
6.
hear about teams like scoring this many runs, there's always a couple innings kind of here and there where they have like 3 ground outs,
Yeah.
But the Padres hit every single inning, dude.
I was watching the Dodger game and the Dodgers were winning 10-4. No, 10-4. And then I look at the Padres. I'm like, okay, 6-3. The Nationals still come back. They still come back. And then I look at the Giants, they're winning 7-1 or something like that. I'm like, nah, that's not happening. Damn, everybody's gonna win today.
Everybody's winning.
We're looking at the standings already. I know it's not
Yeah.
time for that. We're still in July. Once July, August and September comes around, then you start looking at standings.
That's who
But-
Gallen faced today is the Giants.
The Giants.
So he did really good. He only pitched 5.2 innings, and gave up 1 run. They were winning by the 7th inning the last time I checked, but then when I checked later again, Arizona's bullpen gave up 3 runs. So I
3
think
runs?
the final was 4-2.
4-2. Who the Giants lose?
No, the Giants. I'm pretty sure they won.
Man, are you kidding me? You guys are Giants fans.
But at least Gallen didn't get the loss, man.
No, well, you have them on your league, so you should be good. Is there any more questions out there? Anybody want to ask, if Javi dyes his beard?
Not yet.
If,
Not yet.
if Will is an Astros fan, am I an Angels fan? Like, I'm not an Angels fan. I just like this hat. This hat's pretty dope, and I like your hat, man. What hat do you have on, Javi?
I got a Atlanta Braves hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Will has the World Series. I've seen it before. That one's dope. How many World Series did the Dodgers have?
Not enough.
Oh no, the Gallon pitched against the Cubs.
Oh, is that who it was today?
Yeah, it was the Cubs.
The Cubs?
Yeah, I know that because I had
That's your team.
the pitcher. Nah,
Dude, come on, man. Tell the story
Nah.
how you love Chris Bryant.
hey,
That's
Chris
your
Bryant's
boy.
a good player, man.
That's your
I
boy.
hate that I didn't pick him up this season, bro.
That's your boy. That's
I'm
your
gonna see
boy.
if I can grab him from Neto because I know he has him in the ESPN league.
Look, dude, you always talk about Chris Bryant and Tony talks about Rizzo. And I always like, oh man, these guys are Cubs fans. Like,
We
why?
hate
Like,
Cubs
what the
fans.
hell?
We just like the players, man.
Do you guys remember that commercial when like the Cubs won the World Series and Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo were on the TV and they called themselves Brizzo?
Brizzo.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember that.
yeah.
I remember that.
That was funny.
Brizzo.
That was funny.
They had a lot. They had a lot of commercials this time, which was kind of funny. They had the Aaron Judge Stanton commercial. Do you guys see that? Where they had bad connection, and
Oh,
I
I
think
did see
Judge
that.
was saying something like, "Oh yeah, man, I just think about when I was in the little league hitting bombs and stuff like that."
Yeah.
And what Stanton got was like, oh yeah, go play in the little league so you can hit bombs, and then you can visualize that shit. So it happened where Stanton went to a little league game and he was over there hitting
And then
bombs.
he struck
and-
out.
he hit a bomb, right? Hit a bomb.
Yeah,
or
he
struck
hit a
out?
bomb. He hit a bomb.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he strikes out like 300 times in a season, so it wouldn't surprise me if a 9-year-old struck him out, dude.
Yeah, it was a funny commercial. I thought it was funny. A lot of people probably got it. And if you're watching the home run derby and the All-Star game, I kind of enjoyed it. Will, we talked about it last week that we enjoyed watching the All-Star game because it was anticipated. We hadn't had it since 2019. And the 2020 season didn't have an All-Star game. I think a lot of people were looking forward for this because you see the best players in the leagues to go and showcase their talents. And look at Vladimir Guerrero, dude, man, just like his dad, going to the All-Star game and hitting home runs.
What a
So,
pickup, man.
yeah, and then we
What a
talked
pickup.
about Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso,
The youngest player to ever hit a home run in the All-Star game.
who?
That's crazy.
Vladimir?
Vlad.
Yep.
Oh, good, man. I didn't know
Yep.
that. That's a good stat. That's really good. I didn't know that. Now I know it. Memory, boop, get in there.
Hey,
Dude.
so I saw something today.
Yeah.
That the Players Association is going to talk about the All-Star game and if there's any changes that need to be made.
They need to. They need to
I
change
hope
it.
so. I really
They
hope
need to
so.
change it. They need to change it. I think the fan voting, to be honest, I think it's gotten a way where they're picking their favorite player. We talked about this a lot of times in our show where people are picking Mike Trout. Why are you picking Mike Trout? He's not even active.
He's hurt, man. What
He's
the
hurt.
hell?
Why are you picking players that
And
don't
he's
want
like-
to even
he's like-
participate?
Top vote getter.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's probably all these fans that don't even watch baseball. They just see like, oh, I know Mike Trout's the best, so I'm just gonna pick him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I don't vote. I've
I
never.
think that the players should vote.
They should. I don't vote, and I'm over here complaining about it. So,
Or you know what remember what Bryce Harper said about the All-Star game, what he would like to do? Kind of do it like I think it was like
Like the
basketball,
basketball?
like the NBA.
Oh, the captains. We're
yeah,
captains.
where the two previous
MVPs?
MVPs, they're the captains of the team, and then they do their own little draft to have their team, and it could be from
That'd be pretty
American
cool.
League or National League, be from the
That'd
same
be pretty
team,
cool.
different team.
that would be
Yeah.
pretty cool. That would
Yeah.
be really cool.
Because then,
and-
like these guys, these captains of the teams, they really know who they want on their team. They want to
Yep.
win.
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
and maybe have a prize at the end, and not necessarily be for them, but to be donated to
kind of
like a certain
incentive.
charity or something, you know.
Yeah.
I like that
yeah.
idea, man. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna send it to I was gonna say
Manfred?
Bud Selig
Manfred.
again. Oh my god.
Manfred.
I think I miss Bud Selig.
You're,
Anyway,
you're stuck in the past, man.
I am stuck in the past. I need to come into the to now. Anyway, I think it's a good idea. I honestly think that if the MVPs from each division or each what do you call it, each league will pick their players, I think it'll be more exciting because now you're going there. It's kind of like a bet, right? I picked the best players of my league, and
Yeah.
this is what I got, and we beat you guys.
It's
Yeah.
like
Not,
it's
not,
like
not the
playing
fans.
fantasy baseball, but in real life.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
dope.
awesome.
I like
That's
that.
dope. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, man, let Manfred know. Tell him we all signed the petition, and that's what we want.
Put it
Did
on
you
your
guys hear the
calendar. Send
news?
him an email.
Did you guys hear the booze at the players draft?
Man, I heard the Bulls in freaking in the World Series, dude. Manfred, that guy sucks.
Mhm. It's
He's the
horrible.
most
Pretty
hated.
much.
He's the most hated
How
commissioner.
many more
in
years
area.
does he have left?
He has too many. That's the
Ugh.
problem.
It's horrible.
And he was hired by the owners.
Can
Like,
he get traded?
why did the owners want this guy?
All right, so I'm gonna do a little video on this guy because this guy he came from the 1994. So I think that's why he got selected to be the commissioner. In 1994, the Dodgers not the Dodgers, the baseball went into a strike. You guys remember that? There was no
Yeah.
baseball season after a certain period. That's when the Expos were still good. They had Vladimir, they had Dante Bichette, they had all these Pedro Martinez, they had Randy Johnson, they had all these big time players in the Expos, and they were favorites to win the World Series. They went into the strike, and guess who was helping the owners to keep it a strike? Manfred. So Manfred's now the freaking commissioner. Who does he work for? He doesn't work for the players. He works for the freaking owners.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people don't like him. And if you didn't know that, well, now there's more a reason for you not to like him. He needs to be more of a player commissioner. And if he's not a player commissioner, that's where the league's gonna probably even go into a strike. I feel like there's gonna be a strike soon in baseball because there's so many rules changing and stuff like that. It's just like
it's gone
oh,
off
man.
the rails, man.
Yeah, like stop experimenting. No other commissioner has done that. The replay, I didn't like it at first, but now I'm like, okay, it's there. Why not use it? It happens. Human error is always going to be there no matter what. The strike zone, you cannot put a robot behind the plate and do that because that's just me.
Well,
that's
but
just
that's not
me.
what they're gonna do though. So they're still planning on having an umpire behind the plate. They're already doing that in the minor leagues.
Are they?
The only thing is the box that we see on the TV, someone on the other side, so he's going to have an earphone and someone's going to tell him if it's a ball or a strike, and he just
Oh,
calls
man.
it. But
Well, you don't think
out
that's a
or safe
robot then?
calls- Huh?
You don't think that's a robot?
Well, I mean,
If someone else is calling it, then you're
it
just
kind of is,
doing.
but
yeah.
that's all that the robot is going to do. So the home plate umpire is still going to call like a check swing. He's going to call catcher's interference. He's going to call.
Are you for that though? Do you
pretty much
want that?
everything else? I
Would
Well,
you
do.
want?
The robot
do?
is giving you
I
a
do,
visual of the
because-
box pretty
okay.
much, right?
If the
Yeah.
umpires are not held accountable for their mistakes, then yes, I want the robot box. But if guys like Angel Hernandez can just keep on getting away with what they've been doing for years now, it's like every single game that guy is so consistently bad.
Garbage.
Joe West is another one that's so consistently bad. There's too many umpires out there that should not be in the major leagues.
Yeah,
And
but
if they keep on letting these guys come up into the major leagues and stay for so long, even though they make these mistakes all the time, then why not? It's playing to the player's disadvantage.
it is. But I just like that touch, to be honest, because if you have an
But honestly,
outside
you're
corner,
not even going to notice it because all it's going to be is just balls and strikes. Everything else is going to stay the same.
yeah, but what if that? I don't know. There's pitchers that live outside the box, and they make money off of that. You're gonna get rid of those pitchers because they can't.
Well, those
throw strikes
pitchers need to
anymore?
be better at getting swings and misses.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't like the robot I would like to leave it as it is
Look,
because
I thought-
that human instinct of the ball going through that plate that you see and your umpire, you're like, oh man, that's a strike anywhere.
But how
But
many
then you-
times have we seen where it's just a horrible, horrible call?
Oh yeah, I hate it. But that's what makes you
there was
be
a-
enticed to the game. You're like, oh
I
man.
saw a video from yesterday where there was a slider thrown and the catcher was set up in the on the right side of the box, but the slider actually it didn't break as much as he thought it was going to, and it ended up almost exactly right in the middle of the strike zone, a little bit high, but right in the middle. And the umpire called it a ball.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the freaking plate, dude. If I'm that batter, I'm gonna love that umpire for the moment. But if I'm
Of
that
course.
pitcher, I'm gonna be super pissed off. If I'm that catcher, I'm gonna be super pissed off.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey man, I'm gonna look back and be like, hey, wasn't that a strike?
And
And
right
he's-
now, all these arguments between the pitcher or the batter and the umpires, it's not going to happen as much anymore because it's not going to be him making the call anymore.
Damn.
Is this like an actual robot?
No,
No.
So it's just that like invisible box that you see on TV.
Mhm.
So that's what's going to be helping the umpires decide if it's a ball and a strike or not. So there's going to be someone watching the game the whole time, and it's going to be automatic. It goes into the umpire's earpiece telling him if it's a ball and a strike.
Oh, okay.
I vote against it. If I had the chance to vote, yeah, I'm gonna vote against it because I don't like that.
I think it's going to be one of those rules that once it is implemented, you say that now, but then later on, you're probably going to be like, oh, I don't even notice it. Because
It's gonna be-
the only thing that's going to change is he's going to have an earpiece, which you can't even see anyway because he has a face mask on.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna be one of those guys that be like, yeah,
Because they
you know,
just gotta
he's-
put it out there and see what
yeah,
happens.
gotta put out there and see what happens. But
You know.
Well,
As
it
of
is
right
out
now-
there. Like I was saying, it's in AA and single A right now. They are using it.
and is it working? Do you know
It's
if
working.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh man, are pitchers getting rocked more or?
I mean, I haven't really paid attention. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're in AA, unless you're like a really young rookie coming up, making your way up, a lot of these guys in AA or single A aren't the best out there anyway. So
not yet. They're developing.
if
uh,
they're young enough, yeah. But
yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of career minor leaguers too,
Yeah,
guys that just kind of get stuck down there because they don't have a spot in the major leagues.
that's true.
Sucks for
That's
those.
Because
guys.
they play for the Yankees, that's why.
Sucks. They're gonna go sign everybody else besides them to come up to the big leagues. Is there anything else you guys want to say about fantasy baseball? I know there's been a lot of downtime because of the All-Star game, and there's been a lot of IL movements. There's pieces coming back, and there's pieces going into. We talked about the Kershaw injury, and we said that the forearm, what was the problem for? I said it was a problem because I honestly feel like it's going to be something bigger. Javi,
Hmm.
dude, I just wanted to, how long have we been talking about that Kershaw at work?
Oh, it's been a minute and
it's
it's
been a
finally
minute.
coming into fruition, bro.
I hope not.
I
and
I
then-
hope not either, bro, but yeah.
me and Will
know,
had a
man.
discussion about that because usually for me, when I hear a forearm strain or something like that, it becomes a bigger thing. So I know we
Yeah.
talked about it at the beginning of the show, but it's like, for me, I feel like they're taking their time with Kershaw to come back, to build him
Yeah.
back up, because I feel that if they don't take that time, I feel they're going to push him back out there and then the injury is going to happen.
It's gonna be it's gonna be
And I hope that
one of
this
those
is
that
his
you don't want.
contract year, right? This is contract year for
Yes.
Kershaw?
Yeah, it
Dang,
is.
I believe so.
dang.
See, and
And
that's
what
why
about-
he was my pick for Cy Young. You know, actually,
Yeah.
he's actually in the top 5 for voting in Cy Young right now.
I did see that. He's pretty
Damn.
good. He's solid. It's just he's in it. Even if it's a down year for him, those numbers are weird looking at Kershaw, right?
He's
But
still there, bro.
those numbers for a regular pitcher is like, wow, he's pitching
Yeah.
like that. Are you serious?
Exactly.
So, but because it's Kershaw,
we're used to Kershaw getting like a
Yeah.
210 ERA with
Yeah.
200 innings, 200 strikeouts.
those numbers are a little inflated compared to
Yeah.
other players.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With a back injury.
yeah, the back injury, exactly. Anything fantasy baseball before we go ahead and sign off? Will?
Um,
on the spot.
Actually, yeah, Jaron Duran just got called up. So he's a decent prospect to take a look at if you need help. Is he outfield? I think he's outfield.
Yeah, outfield. I
So if
picked
you
him
need
up
help
in
in the
the
outfield-
Yahoo.
Oh, what team he plays for, and let us know what
Boston.
Boston.
Yeah,
Plays
Red
for
Nice.
Sox.
Boston.
Is
Yep.
he gonna
Remember
be a
we were
starter?
talking about him because we were saying that Kike hasn't really been like the very consistent bat that they thought that they were going to
Yeah.
have. So
Yeah.
they needed like an extra outfield presence out there.
Sweet.
So
But he still hasn't played yet. So
no.
he was supposed
Be-
to he was supposed
Oh.
to start on Thursday.
Do you know the
JD
percentage?
Davis. Hey, JD Davis, if he's available in any leagues, pick that guy up, man.
JD Davis?
Yeah, I'd say in any 12 team or more leagues. Less than 12 teams, your outfield is probably I'm sorry, your third base is probably stacked already.
He just got signed, right? To the Mets or something?
JD Davis, I think he signed with he's been with the Mets for a little while.
Oh.
JD.
That's who he
3
plays
years.
for though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a big bat that they're getting back. He has decent pop. Batting average should be about 270 for the season. I think he had a home run today.
He had a home run today?
I think he had a home run today. I think he has 2 already since coming back.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, JD Davis is actually 52% owned on Yahoo, ESPN 21%. So it's not a bad pick if you guys are looking for a third baseman outfielder. He's eligible for those 2 and DH, but he's in the National League, so he's eligible for those positions. So I
Yeah,
think
and it kind of sucked because in Yahoo he's available third and outfield, but in ESPN only third base.
only third base. That's what
sucks.
I was about to say. That's no third base and left and outfield. So there's 2
In
spots now.
ESPN?
ESPN, yeah.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah. So
Surprising.
CBS is only third base. So yeah, if you guys feel like you guys need someone, this is a good guy to go after. What was the other name? I didn't catch it from the Red Sox.
Jaron Duran.
Durant.
Jaron.
He's a
Duran?
rookie.
He's a rookie. He already came up.
Yeah, they called
He
him
just got
up.
the call up 2 days ago.
Yeah, on
or
Thursday.
yesterday?
Thursday.
They're probably waiting for him to like pinch hit one game and then get him to start after.
Okay. So he's not going to be an automatic starter, but keep an eye on him, I guess. He's
Yeah.
50% on Yahoo and 31 on ESPN.
Yeah,
So-
if he's available, I would pick him up now if you're missing one of those positions.
He's not available in our leagues for sure.
Now.
Javier, you already said you picked him up, right?
I picked him up in the Yahoo League.
Exactly. See,
He
Yeah,
might
me-
still be there in the ESPN though.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah, I
I
mean, I
doubt-
haven't checked, but
I doubt it.
You
I'll
know.
check and see if I need, I don't think I need him, but I just want to check if he's available. If there's nothing else to say, oh, Javi, man, you give us your 2 cents before we log off.
damn.
Chia-
I hate the IL. I have so many players, bro. You know what? And I'm doing pretty good in the Yahoo League.
Yeah,
And all of a sudden, I just got bombarded with IL. Ian Anderson just hit the IL.
yeah.
I've had Flaherty on the IL.
Gia.
Posey is coming back from IL, hopefully soon.
I think it said a week.
Yeah. And then I have somebody else. Oh, Nola, COVID, IL. Man, it sucks, bro.
It hit you hard when it rains.
But you know what? I'm glad it's happening now, and not when it's close to playoff. So hopefully these guys come back, healthy, and I get my squad back together because I'm trying to keep up with who's in first place.
Tony
Winker.
No,
Winker.
Is that still his name?
on Yahoo.
Yeah,
Isn't it Suck My Winker?
No.
Oh,
It's
and Yahoo.
yeah, it's going
Yahoo, it's
deep.
going deep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the homie Jefe.
Uh-huh.
Best first baseman I've ever played with, man.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, he has a
Give him
sick
props.
ass glove. He doesn't miss anything, dude. I've never seen
Wow.
him make an error.
damn. He's a vacuum at first then.
Yeah, seriously.
Nice. Those are the type of players you want, man. You want a vacuum at whatever position they're playing. If they're not a vacuum, get them out of there. That's really dope, man. That's a good big time respect right there.
Yeah.
Is there anything else the fans out there listening you guys want to ask? This is the time to do it. We have a few minutes before we log off. We are on TikTok, we are on Instagram, and we are on Twitter. We haven't
Hey,
worked
so,
that Facebook thing, so
actually, I
Yo.
wanted to ask Javi something since we got him right here.
oh, the hot seat.
Yeah.
But you know
outta
what?
here.
I'm gonna text it to you instead, so that way no one hears me on.
Oh, it must be something bad. It's not.
No, it's about the fantasy league that I wanted to add a player for me for the dollar transaction, but I don't want Tony or Gabe
Oh,
or
I got
anyone
you.
listening to snatch him before Javi gets a chance to add him for me.
All right, gotcha.
Or
Jasper,
you,
man, you
or
still
you,
there?
you snake.
And I like to pick stuff up. I don't do
You
it on purpose.
culebra.
I don't do it on purpose. I do it because you guys say it. If you guys say it, why not? You know, I'm a fan
It
too.
must be good.
Yeah, I'm a fan too. I can listen. I'm listening to you guys talk.
All right,
So-
Javi, I'm gonna text you right now.
Okay.
Thanks, Japper. He's over there saying that we did a good job. Thank you. As always, you're always logging in and telling us that we're trying to do our best, I guess. As we keep going, I feel like it's gonna get a little bit easier. Right now, Tony didn't come in, and then Javi had to step in, and we do have him as not a reserve. I'm not saying that, but every time I ask this guy with making a face, every time I ask this guy to come on, he comes on and
As long
replaces
as we
one of
don't
us.
ask him like 5 minutes before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even if I
yeah.
asked him one time I did ask him 5 minutes before he logged in, and I just want to give you a big thanks, man, because I know it's not easy coming on camera and talking about baseball, but as we keep going, I know you start getting into it and you're like, oh, I got it.
Yeah,
understand what we're
you
talking
know,
about.
the only reason I've been kind of ghost is because, you know, like I've had this big transition, you know, moving out here and stuff like that.
Plus, your
Gio-
family just got there.
Yeah, they've been here only what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
You know, so we're kind of getting situated. I want to be on the show more often. And you know, hopefully right now that everything is kind of settled a little bit, you know, I'll be able to do
See,
it more. You know, it's just giving me a heads up. you
Gio-
know.
I see your
We'll do
wife
that.
is enjoying her walks.
Oh yeah, bro. She loves it out here. It's the whole vibe is totally different.
More peaceful.
You
We're
know,
vibing.
and then we live
That's
on
more
like a
peaceful.
very, very big street. Like you can literally go, you know, biking, rollerblading. There's a park literally across the street from where we live.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about cars too much.
Exactly. You can actually leave the
Nice.
kids out in the front or in the back.
Oh man, you
And-
guys are talking trash about California, man. That's
Nah,
good.
Pretty
I
much,
like
man.
that.
Hey,
it's
for
just-
real though,
It's
California's
just
toxic,
it's just
dude.
different, bro.
It's
It's just
different.
California's
different.
toxic for sure.
Yeah, it's different. It's
You
different.
know, I miss home. I won't lie. I miss home. You know, I miss my family out there. But you know, my kids, they love it out here. They
Sweet.
freaking love it. My wife loves it out here. So, you know, it's a good thing.
I don't
man.
love that 94 degrees that it was today.
Oh, bro, that's
But
the
tomorrow's not supposed to be so bad. It's like 78, 79.
Yeah, that's why I call this weather bipolar, man. Because it
Bipolar.
switches on you. Bro, it's
see
like
that.
it rains for 10 minutes and then it stops for 5 and then it rains for another 20. It's like so weird, bro. But
Sucks.
it's something to get used to.
Yeah, it
You know,
sucks.
but yeah, but I appreciate you guys having me on. And
Of course, man.
I'm hoping to be on more often now.
Of course, man. We're gonna have that. We have to have a show where we have everybody on. See, we
Yeah.
were supposed to do that last week, and it didn't. Well, not last week, but on Tuesday, didn't happen. But we are gonna try to do that because we do want to have every baseball head on the show, and then try to get it exposed to all our friends so they can log in
That'd be
and
cool.
and write to us, because I think that will be a good exposure for all of us. And not only that, I think we can talk crap to each other like we're used to. And that's a big part of it. That's the big part of the show where we like to talk crap about each other's picks and stuff like that. I know Tony and Will likes to get into it a lot, so they're best friends. So I want to have Gabe on here with Will. We've never done that. So it's like, man, I want to have Will and Gabe go
Ooh.
at it. Like,
we were on
know?
one time.
was
It
it?
was a long time ago though. One of I think it was before Tony got onto the podcast.
Oh, okay, okay. Was it? Oh, okay. I need to look at the video. I need to see what happened. Well, anyway, dude, if there's nothing else to say, I mean, we had a good show today. Thanks you guys for logging in. If you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. We kind of we're kind of going down on views and stuff like that. So we're trying to see if we can revamp our show and see what we can do different. If you guys aren't liking what you're seeing, just leave a comment. Like I said, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we even on TikTok. So leave us a comment even here. If you guys can go and leave a comment here, that we would really appreciate it. I'm Carlos Baseball. This is Willpower and